It's not possible for everybody to have as long hair as Rapunzel. So many people have come to a conclusion that the only reason why their hair is not growing is because if you go down the family lane, there are so many of their family members that don't have hair and they would never have hair. I know a lot of people that have put the blame on genetics because their hair is not growing long. They come like, wow, your hair is long, but my hair can never grow long. I've had someone that had to argue with me that our parents have hair, but like our grandmother or our grandparents might have been the one that do not have hair, and that's why she does not have the hair and all of that. Yeah, I did biology in secondary school, and I know that there's tendency from some traits to be transferred from the grandparents uh to grandchildren and all of that. That's the story for biology. But then there is very high possibility that it's not genetics that is causing the fact that your hair is breaking. Well, then there's very high possibility for you to still grow hair, even when some other parts of your family are not even growing as much as you are. I've heard stories of people that they had issues with hair in their family and then they still came out strong. See, one of the reasons and one of the things that affected most Africans is because our hair is quite not easy to control. And then it took lots of people to really understand the structure. And then so many people in the millennials, I mean those in the 30s, 40s, do not really understand how to take care of their hair. They didn't grow with it, and then it's quite difficult for them to like, understand how their hair is. And that's why it's looking as if most of them, their hair is not growing as long as this new generation. So now a lot of things have been put in place. People now understand reasons why their hair is not growing, the kind of hairstyles they did that time that they're not supposed to do, the kind of routine you're supposed to follow. I mean, I've seen several people that don't moisturize their hair, don't deep condition, don't do anything to their hair, and then their hair grew, but then after some time it started to break, and then they blamed it on old age, they blamed it on weather, they blamed it on other things. That was because they did not have the knowledge that they were supposed to take action at that time. I hope you understand. So many times is that we take actions that ruin our hair more than the way genetics do. There are times that the environment can also change things that genetics might have built. We did it in biology. I think so. Yeah. There's something I'm going to hammer on: comparison. We watch a lot of videos on YouTube, we watch a lot of videos on Instagram, and then we say that our hair is not growing like this person. Honestly, you don't know where that person's come from. You are not with the person. You don't know if the person added any extension to their hair to make it look long. You don't know if the person did a Photoshop. You don't know what the person has done. You just suddenly started to compare. Now, let me just explain. When your hair is small, appreciate the small length, and then work towards retaining that small hair, that short hair that you have, because in the next 3, 4, 5 years, you're going to like be so happy you did that. Because there's some things that you cannot do again. Like there's some hairstyles I cannot do again. My hair is not long. There's some things that you cannot do again. So create a journey, create a story with your natural hair while it's still young. And then when it starts to grow longer, you're going to remember those times you actually had those short baby hairs and all of that. The second thing is that you always like to move with the trend. I mean, it's good to keep up with trends. It's good to do everything that everybody wants to do, but then you have to be sure of the type of hair you have. Some people have damaged hair, some people have weak hair, and they want to copy what somebody with thick or stronger hair has done. You cannot deceive yourself. I mean, you have different genetics. Your genetics can determine how weak or how strong or how full or how thin or how thick your hair is. And so, like, you have to know that this is how your hair is, and these are the things that you can and cannot do to your hair. So, like, now, genetics might affect your hair, but what you do to your hair might affect it more. I hope you understand. It's not possible for everybody to have as long hair as Rapunzel, or it might not be possible for you to get as long as 36 inches, or maybe for some people it might be 25 or 20. It's possible for you to get past shoulder length. It's possible for you to get up to bra length. I mean, averagely, it's possible to have long hair. So, like, stop blaming it on genetics. Whether your hair is short or whether your hair is long or whether it's in the middle, having a healthy hair matters, because if you have a long hair with a lot of split ends, there's high possibility that it's going to break, and then there's no point. So if your hair is short and it's healthy, it's better than someone that has a long hair and is not healthy. So, like, whatever hair you have, try to appreciate it, try to love it, make good use of it, and then bring out your strengths. I mean, style your hair to be very fine, and then you see people appreciating your hair more, even more than someone that has a long hair. So the last thing is that you should mind who makes your hair. I mean, here in Nigeria, I can only speak for Nigeria. There are a lot of roadside hairdressers, and I know everybody wants to make money. And these roadside hairdressers collect less. Everybody wants to spend less, but they don't know how to take care of natural hair, because natural hair just started coming in. People started appreciating natural hair, and then just few people know how to undo natural hair. And then you go to these people that keep taking your hair as hard as possible, keep, like, spoiling the nature of your hair. And then at the end of the day, you once had long hair, and then you're complaining of your hair getting short or your edges getting cut and all of that. And then you still keep going to these hairdressers. They do hairstyles for you. You have a headache coming home to take paracetamol because of the headache you have, and then you constantly say, we don't have hair in my family. When you see somebody with hair, like, God, when? You see this person with hair, God, when? But honestly, you are actually the cause. If you know that your hair growth rate is slow, you have to be 100% careful. Even if it's fast, you still have to be careful. Whatever hairdresser you are going to, make sure the person understands the nature of your hair, understands how to detangle your hair, understands how to undo it, understands when your hair doesn't want something. You should be able to explain this to your hairstylist or hairdresser. So ensure that you are always, going to the right person to do your hair, or do it yourself, just to ensure that your hair is growing at a normal rate. Set a goal for yourself. Set, understandable goals for yourself every year. Like, probably you just started your natural hair journey, and you're like, okay, at the end of 12 months, I want to have 6 inches or 5 inches or 4 inches, and then track it. This thing actually really helps a lot of people. When you're tracking it, you see you are doing more things for your hair that will benefit it than to damage it, because you know that you have a goal already. So I hope these few things I had to say really helped you, and then, inspired you. So if you found this video helpful, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell beside it. Also share with your friends so that I can reach more people. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.